Hello YouTube. Today's video is about the President Bill FCC 40 channel AM CB radio. I just picked this up from my wholesale distributor and I've always wanted to try one of these out. I've never got a chance to try one out yet, so here it is on my bench. I kind of knew going in how small everybody said they were and watched a lot of videos and stuff about them, but I mean, you guys really can't imagine how small this is until you actually see it for yourself. I mean, it's so small. What can I compare it to? Well, okay. Here's the sticker that you get in the box when you buy a President radio. Put that on top of there. I mean, it's almost bigger than the radio. So, but the radio seems to be a good performer from everything I'm seeing. So I guess let's get to that, and I'll show what I'm seeing here. I changed around my bench a little bit. I got one of my HF rigs down here just for a reference. These are really solid radios on frequency, so it's a good reference. I mean, I have my freak counter over there, but it's just easier sometimes to use this. And I'm going into this dummy load. It's going into the bird, and then it's dumping into that dummy load right there. The ICOM has its own dummy load dumped direct to the back of it. And then of course my spectrum analyzer is right here. I got it set up right now to show one channel in each direction. So the center will be channel 20, and then it would be 195 over to the left and 2015 to the right. I got a 1K tone at 30 millivolt RMS, and then just my oscilloscope right here. So let's plug this into the generator and we'll see what we get. Okay, I have a 10-watt slug right now in the line section of this. So we're looking at the bottom. It's the first slash there is 1 watt, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 100 is 10 watts. So we're like 3.5 watts. Here's the carrier. Here is the frequency. And here is the carrier on the oscilloscope. I'm just going to adjust that just a little bit with my bird sample port there. So here we go. Got a nice solid line there. We're going to hit the modulation. And there you go, 100% modulation. There's an analyzer. So you got your carrier in the middle and those spikes next to it. That's lower sideband, upper sideband is what that is. So it's lower, upper. You can see how clean it is even at one channel away. I can zoom this out some. Let's do 400 kilohertz. So now it's channel 40 right here on the far right, channel 4 over there. You can see our power's going forward, that's our power output, and then everything else is super low. And we'll keep going out a little bit. Let's go 800 kilohertz. So now we're looking at 27605, 26805. Let's just keep going out. Let's go 1 megahertz. Okay, so 30 megahertz. 12 megahertz over here, 42 megahertz over there, 60 megahertz. Of course, we got some second harmonic in there, that's normal. So basically it's 0 megahertz, which if you adjust that, oh, timeout timer. Hang on just a second, let me take care of that. Okay. Yeah, I forget these radios have a timeout timer, and this one it's not. I don't believe you can turn it off. So start that at like 896 kilohertz. Something about this Rigel spectrum analyzer, when it's in 0, it's always got a line right there. That's not a spike, that's just how the analyzer's designed. There's 2 megahertz. You can see the marker. Let's go over there. Yeah, it's 54,210 over there, so that's definitely just our second harmonic, and that's it. Power output. Carrier was what, 3.5 watts. So it's going forward. Throw this in PEP over there. So we're gonna need a bigger slug. So let's do this fast before the timeout timer kicks in again. Alright, 25 watts, so now it's at the top. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we're coming in about 13 watts or so. 13 watts with the 1K tone at 30 millivolt. So it's pretty good. For a little radio, it's doing just fine. Carrier modulation. So I'm really happy with it. How it performs right out of the box, I feel like it's doing a great job. There's no adjustments inside the radio whatsoever, so you get what you get, but I think it's good. I think there's a service menu. Somewhere on one of my emails I have the information how to get into that. I think what you can do there is you can turn down the AM carrier, maybe turn it up. I don't know why you'd want to turn it up, but I think maybe you can turn it down a little bit if you wanted to. And I think there's a way to adjust the AMC via, oh, there goes that. There we go, kill that. There's a way to adjust the AMC, its menu. But I don't see that you need to do that either, because it's right at 100% right out of the box. So there's no reason to do any of that. Well, I guess if somebody wanted to maybe run a, I don't know, like a KL203P or something with this radio, maybe you'd want to turn it down 2 watts or something. But myself personally, I would just run it just how it is, and I think it would work fine just as a standalone radio. Let's put the President mic on it. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're let treat right now. So we only use the President mic when we're in that setting. You can switch it to dynamic, and you can use a different microphone. But I think this President mic does a pretty good job on most radios. I think it's, sorry about jerking around like that. I think it does a pretty good job. Plus, it's nice to have the up and down feature on the mic. Hang on just a second, I'm going to plug that in. Okay, I'm back. I got the President mic. And here we go. Here is the modulation from the President microphone. Here's the power output. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check, 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 check. So, I don't know, it's like 15, 17 watts, depending. It's going to vary, you know, as you talk. Certain words are going to say what they are, but here's the, I don't know if you guys can hear that too well. Here's the over-the-air modulation through the ICOM. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's nice and clear and clean, so it sounds good. I'm going to put it in the other mode, the dynamic mode for the microphone type, and I'll use a different mic in a minute on this video. But I think the President mic does a pretty good job. It does have that kind of puffy sound to it a little bit. But I mean, for just general talking, I think it's fine. So, you know, and I'm kind of close to it too. If you back up a little bit, I think it's a little clearer. But you know, if you get right on it, sometimes it gets a little puffy. But so let's get it set up for the other mic. I think you turn it off. You try to. I think you hold these two buttons in and power it on. So I'm going to try to do that. I don't think I can, honestly. Only got two hands. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. Yep, it's in dynamic now. When you see it power on, it says DY there. So watch now. If you try to use the President mic, it's not going to sound good. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not set up for this kind of mic anymore, so you lose all your modulation. So let's see what we got down here. I'll use this mic. Not too many people have probably seen one of these before. This is basically a Astatic 575M6. I believe this is a pretty rare microphone. I don't think too many of these were produced, but it's volume, tone. It's called a Mobile King MKI, MK1. I'm not sure what they... I put a post out quite a few years ago about this microphone, I think on Facebook or something, and I got all kinds of negative comments about saying that I had someone make this microphone for me, that this isn't a real microphone, that someone made it. But nobody made this. I picked this up from a buddy of mine. We went to a ham fest a couple years ago, and I told him, I said, man, I'm looking for a Astatic 575M6, and he's like, well, let's check around at the ham fest, maybe they'll have one. But they didn't have one, so... And he says, well, I got one at my house. So after the ham fest, we go back to his place, and he pulls this out, and he says, well, here it is. And I'm like, wow, that's different. He said, I cleaned it all up on the inside. I rewired it because it was wired for some weird pinout of a different style radio he didn't have. And it's ready to go. So I said, okay. And I got it from him. And I've never seen another one like it. And there's not a lot of information about them on the internet either. But here it is. I didn't have anybody make it for me. It's almost like it's noise canceling. If you open it up, it's basically the same internals as a original 575M6. It has the original PTT. It doesn't have that newer one with the shiny silver box on it. This one has like the red PTT in it, and it's got like the tannish cylinder around it. But let's hook it up and we'll see how it works on this bill. And that'll probably be it for this one. I'm going to wrap it up after that. But if anybody knows anything about this microphone, if you watch this video, leave a comment about it if you know the history of it or anything. I kind of think this was a prototype, like they designed this one first, and then they decided just to make the 575M6, but I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong there. I'm just guessing, but I did a little bit of research online and that's what I came up with. Let me pause this. I'll plug this mic in. Alright, I'm back. I got it plugged in. We'll leave the tone right in the middle and we'll run the volume about 3/4. And here we go. Hello, check, check. Here's the modulation. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoop, they were feeding back a little bit because of the power mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's doing about the same output as the stock mic. Hello, radio. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Here's the tone all the way down. This is the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello. And here's the tone all the way up. This is the treble part. The high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's with the mic all the way up too. I find it's best to leave it right in the middle, but this is the President Bill with this rare Astatic 575M6 Mobile King. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, radio. Here's the analyzer while we're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, check, check. So let's try one more mic. See what I got down here in my drawer. We'll try this we'll try this Minuteman 2 D104. It should have, I don't know, have probably close to the same sound, possibly. Maybe a little higher pitched, because it's got that ceramic, I think it's a ceramic element in there. Kind of like the Silver Eagle. Alright, let me pause this again. I'll plug this mic in. Okay, I got the Minuteman 2 hooked up. Hello, check, check. 1, 2. Whoop, yeah, see, we're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio, check, check, check. I think this one actually sounds even better, so personally, it's got a little, well, it's a Silver Eagle basically in a hand mic, so, you know, and it needs to get turned down, I think, on the microphone, because it's feeding back. Sorry about the jumping around and stuff. I'm trying to, just need to turn that down some. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, radio. Check, check, check. But anyways, I mean, whatever mic you want to use on it's going to sound good. Whether it's the President mic or a different mic. Basically, you can use whatever you want on this radio, and it's going to work good. Let's try to listen to the receive on it really quick. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check, check. Seems like it's receiving really good, even for this small little emergency channel. It's got a tiny little speaker in there. You can pop this bracket off. I haven't taken it off. All I did is get this thing new, just get it out of the box and did these tests on it. But seems like it's receiving pretty darn good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check, check. And yes, this radio is modified so I can transmit here. On a dummy load though. So, say what you will, but I'm going into a dummy load. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check, check. So, I'm pretty impressed with this small little radio myself. This one's going to be for sale, so it's actually listed right now on Facebook Marketplace. And maybe I'll post a link to this video on my Facebook page, Scott's Radios LLC. And I might post a link to this to my personal YouTube page as well. So this one will be on my Scott's Radios LLC YouTube page, and then I'm probably going to post a link just of this one to my personal one too, so that way I can get it out there a little bit. I don't see too many videos about this radio. I've seen a few, and that's what kind of sparked my interest about it. I like the fact that you can get it. There's nothing to adjust on the inside. That's a nice feature. It's nice just to get something, hook it up, and start using it, and it's going to work pretty good. It's pretty neat. It's got the charger on the front so you can plug your cell phone into it, or I don't know, you could charge like wireless earbuds or something. You can charge basically whatever you want if it takes a USB input. So for some reason the weather, maybe if I do this, I'm on a dummy load, so and I'm in my test bench is in my basement here, so I don't have an outside antenna down here or anything. So as far as picking up the weather,